Have you ever felt oddly at ease when you were at a friend's house? It was a tidy room. You hardly noticed any clutter because everything appeared to have a place. I went to see a friend like that recently, and it wasn't the exquisite furnishings or the lovely interior that drew my eye. It was a sense of lightness and cleanliness that the house provided. I became aware of the small routine she followed on a daily basis, almost without realizing it. Only extremely basic cleaning steps that take less than a few minutes yet have a significant impact. No complex or drastic cleaning. And I'm going to tell you today what I discovered about a neater, more livable home. Just enough to make you feel lighter, more organized and cleaner when you enter your house. It doesn't have to be flawless. Let's begin. The first piece of advice is to clean a little bit each day. One characteristic of neat households is that they don't allow clutter to build up before they take care of it. Every weekend is not a huge clean. Rather, they do a small amount of cleaning each day. This does not imply that you must always be cleaning. It simply implies that you make a choice when you notice anything that you no longer use. You must not put it off or procrastinate. The clutter isn't caused by the items. It's the choices you postpone. You can't bring yourself to discard that chipped cup. You still have that spice jar in the cupboard that has gone bad. You're only making things more chaotic later on each time you put it off until tomorrow. Therefore, develop the habit of discarding items you no longer need rather than reusing them. Cleaning your kitchen doesn't have to take hours. The difference can be as little as 30 seconds each time you open a cupboard. The simplest place to begin. Take a look in the kitchen. It's the most convenient location to gather items. Peeling pans, plastic objects, strange gadgets, and old dishes. Take out one item each day when you open the cabinets. You'll find that things feel much lighter after a while. We will discuss ways to quit squandering money on unnecessary items in the upcoming video. Lastly, release the things that are burdening you. Therefore, if you're prepared to feel more in control and spend less, retain less stuff. I'll see you in the upcoming video. The second piece of advice is to tidy up as soon as you're done. One characteristic of neat homes is that everything is taken care of as soon as it is finished. Placing it here for the time being or considering it later is not an option. Don't go overboard. Simple things include washing them straight away, putting them in the dishwasher, cleaning the dishes, or finishing your meal. Complete the ironing of your shirt. The iron and ironing board should be put away. Apply nail polish. Store all of the nail polish containers, nail cutters, cotton pads, etc. These behaviors may seem insignificant, yet they are what separate a neat environment from one that is chaotic from dawn to dusk. Everything will eventually become a lengthy to-do list if you put it off. Conversely, if you complete a task and immediately tidy up the materials needed for it, you will hardly need to spend time cleaning the house anymore, because everything will be in its proper position. Being a perfectionist is not necessary. You'll have a clean home sooner than you might imagine if you just take care of the small thing. On to the next piece of advice. The third piece of advice is the 50% rule. Making the most of every available space is a common error people make while organizing their living area. The more bookshelves that are closed and the more organized the closet, the better the use. However, the reality is that you will struggle to maintain control when everything is too full. I began experimenting with a very basic idea. Just occupy roughly half of the area. For instance, half of the things are kept on display shelves. Less used objects are disposed of in kitchen drawers. To ensure that there is clear space between goods, wardrobes tidy up each compartment. One thing will become clear to you when you use this strategy. Cleaning, putting things away, and getting things done all get faster. There's no need to search everywhere for items. No more opening the wardrobe and feeling crowded. Additionally, you reduce superfluous storage when the storage capacity is barely half full. Knowing exactly how much space you have will make you reconsider purchasing more. Instead of allowing stuff to overwhelm you, this lets you take charge of your possessions. Reducing by half does not imply deprivation. Every day, it makes you easier to handle. The fourth tip is that frequent effort leads to a clean home. Many individuals believe that they will have more free time after cleaning carefully, but this is not the case. Daily upkeep is the only way to keep your house neat. There are no shortcuts. While you don't have to do much, you must do it consistently. For example, hang your bags as soon as you get home. Keep them off of the chair. Place your purchases in the appropriate location. Avoid leaving them strewn about in the kitchen. Before you turn in for the night, take a quick look around. Make any necessary corrections. I refer to it as light cleaning. This keeps the floor level overall, but eliminates the need to clean every nook and cranny every day. Every day I make it a habit to go through the main areas, such as the kitchen, dining table, and sofa, and it only takes 5 to 10 minutes to put a few items back where they belong. I never have to start from a mess thanks to this. It's similar like doing the dishes immediately after dinner. Not because you enjoy doing the dishes, but rather because leaving them there would make you feel more exhausted later. Your home is no different. Every day, but regularly a little bit. On to the next piece of advice. The fifth piece of advice is to clean the hob after every usage. People frequently neglect a very easy, yet really powerful practice for maintaining a clean kitchen. Cleaning the hob right away after every use. Cleaning doesn't have to wait until the end of the day. Spend 30 seconds cleaning the hob after each cooking, drink making, or fruit cutting session. That's sufficient. I have a tiny dish towel by the sink. I wring it out, wipe the surface, rinse it with water, and then wash it right there after every cooking session. No sophisticated equipment is required. Stuff's easier just to have stuff around. This is particularly crucial if your hob stone or glass is dark and susceptible to stains, water stains, or food crumbs. Motives for doing it immediately after use. The stain is easily removed and is still fresh. The surface of food does not dry off. Ensures that the hob is prepared for the subsequent cooking session. You will require more time, detergent, and effort to clean the stove if you wait until it is extremely unclean. This is to ensure the cleanliness of your kitchen and lessen future duties, not to make the stove gleam as promised. On to the next piece of advice. The sixth piece of advice is to restrict your purchasing habits. Your habit of bringing additional items home even after you've completed using what you already have is one of the primary causes of your messy home. That's what I used to do. Whenever I needed to make improvements to my area, I would search online for folding objects, hanging baskets, and storage container. However, I was unaware that I was approaching it incorrectly. I simply bought more to store the old things instead of getting rid of it. I use a pretty basic rule now. When you think about anything, don't buy it. Instead, put it in your cart. Go away from the internet. Wait 2 or 3 days, and then return to see whether you still want it. I no longer want to buy it 90% of the time. What I initially believed I needed was actually a shopping impulse. I also wonder, where will this thing end up? Do I have a comparable item? Do I think I'll use it, or do I use it frequently? I usually make sure the new item can be worn with at least 5 other items in my closet, especially when it comes to clothing. I don't buy it otherwise. The easiest and most efficient strategy to eliminate clutter without spending time cleaning is to keep extra stuff out of the house. On to the next piece of advice. The seventh piece of advice is to avoid organizing things you need to discard. Many individuals purchase trays, boxes, and baskets to organize their belongings, but they rarely take the time to go through them first. As a result, even though your wardrobe may appear tidy with each section having its own container and obvious labels, there may still be items within that you don't actually need. You're not doing any cleaning. All you're doing is organizing clutter. Have I utilized this thing in the last 30 days? Ask yourself this question before you even consider organizing. Would I search for it if it vanished today? Does the house have anything else that fulfills the same purpose? The first thing you should do if the answer is no is to get rid of it rather than organize it. Additionally, You are more inclined to keep items to take up space if you have more boxes and trays. Additionally, you waste time looking and verifying where things are when everything is full. Only until you know exactly what you're keeping and why will organizing be effective. Let's go on to the following piece of advice. The 8th tip is to stay clean while you wait. Cleaning while you wait is a technique that might help you cut down on cleaning time by half. You take advantage of completing a quick task rather than waiting. Simple, not demanding. For instance, rapidly bring water to a boil. Clean a hob. Await the oven's heating. The cutlery drawer should be rearranged. Bring vegetables to a boil. Put anything you don't use in the refrigerator. Give your hair a wash. Use an old towel to clean the bathroom mirror. There are no errands for you to run. Simply take advantage of the awkward times when you are normally standing staring out the window or scrolling through your phone. You clean up one item every day, a piece of paper, a box lid, a small object, and in just 1 or 2 minutes, you've taken care of something that would typically take weeks to complete. This is referred to as a silent habit. It's not ostentatious. Although it doesn't change your house right away, it does add a subtle sense of neatness. The nicest part is that you don't feel like cleaning. All you're doing is exploiting the waiting periods that are available all day, just a little bit at a time, without stress or exhaustion. That will prevent it from later building up into a mess. It's not impossible to maintain organization in your home. Simply doing the correct things regularly is all that is needed. Everyone may establish a few simple guidelines to assist lessen stress and clutter, even if they are not naturally organized. Choose the easiest tip if you only want to try one thing today. Every day, little modifications are made. Your home environment is truly transformed by that. In the upcoming video, we'll discuss how to finally let go of the things that are weighing you down and stop squandering money on unnecessary items. Therefore, I hope to see you at the next event if you're prepared to spend less, keep less, and feel more in control.